Hey YouTube family and GN subs, hope you're doing well. And I first want to thank you for all of your wonderful comments. I mean, it really means a lot to me. I have one comment that I'd like to share with you before we get into all the good news updates. This is from RF6255. Your information is getting more and more broad-based, better and better. You have no idea how many people you're helping with information you give on this channel. So many. You bring up all the points. Many don't pay attention to share, and for this, many are so thankful. It seems simple to some, but it's major issues for others, and your videos really help. Thank you so much always. Good news. Good news with a smiley face. I love that. Alrighty, so we have a lot of stuff to get to today. We got a decision out of the Fifth Circuit that we will talk about with regard to keeping family together, parole in place, quick update on that. We have also employment-based numbers have been exhausted. So we'll talk about what you need to do, give you some tips and give you the good news regarding October's visa bulletin. We have two really important cases out of the district courts in the US with regard to O1 and EB1 petitions and RFEs and how to respond to them. We'll talk all about this. So, hey, we got a lot to get to today, and let's get at it. Alrighty, the good news, keeping family together cases. So the case, Fifth Circuit went up on appeal from the district court's ruling that there is an injunction that USCIS can continue to accept applications for the parole in place, right? So what happened was, this case went up to the Court of Appeals, and the Court of Appeals froze the lower court's ruling an injunction until a hearing is heard in October. I told you before, we're going to win this case. We are on solid ground for parole in place. Again, I bet my house on it, and this is a good indication that now, till October, you can still file your parole in place. Not a problem. There was a prior expiration date of September 23rd. Now it's October. That's good news. You have time. Get your evidence together. Very important. Get your 10 years evidence of physical presence in the United States. Really important. And file that application online. Get it all done. Alrighty, visa bulletin. Let's talk about employment-based numbers. Every single employment-based number has been exhausted. So what happens? Do you still file your case with USCIS? Well, the good news, USCIS has said throughout September, the end of this month, you can continue to file your adjustments, right? Even if the case is not current, which it is not because they're out of numbers, USCIS will still accept your adjustments. So continue to file them. That is good news, all right? You want better news? I put a link in the description box for October visa bulletin. Look at all of these C's on the employment-based category. You know what C stands for? It doesn't stand for cats, folks. It stands for current. It is current in October. So October 1st, you can continue to file those employment-based adjustments. That is great news. And, you know, again, prior years, I've had situations where the numbers were exhausted in July. They wouldn't accept adjustments in August, September. You had to wait. So now you can continue to file. In October, they will continue approving your adjustment of status. They continue to waive employment-based interviews. That's great news. I attach here an employment-based case that just came approved without an interview. Good stuff to show you that they are approving these cases without an interview. I will see this trend continuing. Look at this adjustment. Employment-based, 4 months adjudication, all right? Look at this case, 4 months to get the approval. Employment-based petition approved, waived without interview. That's fantastic news, folks. All right, we have two outstanding cases in the context of O1 and EB1. What has been happening, folks? USCIS are issuing a record number of RFEs, that is requests for evidence. These RFEs are boilerplate. These RFEs make up the law. These RFEs are horrible. In some instances, they take more time than it does to file the initial application. So these two cases came down in the district courts, which are fantastic. Now, they aren't binding on immigration, but certainly they are instructive. You let immigration know that these decisions are happening and that we can file appeals from your denials and win in district court based on these cases. So they are instructive. Now, The good thing about these two cases is they talk about specific facts. What I've done, I put two links here, one for Gorlani and one for Scripps, right? And they digest the case. They let you know exactly what they're talking about. But in essence, what they're saying is that USCIS must follow rules. They must follow, number one, they mention the case Kazarian. Kazarian is a very well-known case, the leading case in the context of the 01 EB1, that says the evidence that you submit to satisfy a criteria is preponderance of the evidence. It's more likely than not that what you submit and what you're saying and what you're trying to demonstrate through evidence is true. So they reiterated that USCIS must follow the Kazarian rule, and what they've done is really, really interesting. They outline how you can respond to RFEs and the types of issues that you're going to come up with. Really, really good. And they also mention the Chevron case. I have a previous video on the Chevron case, that talks about the courts giving deference to administrative reviews. That is gone, right? That case, Supreme Court overturned it. So now when we file appeals in the district courts, they're not going to give deference to immigration adjudication and the rules that they make up, etc. That is fantastic, folks. I am so excited. We are seeing that. We're going to see more cases being filed on appeal. I am certainly, in the context of my O1s and EB1s, I'm going to start filing appeals in district courts. So get ready and look out, USCIS. Here we come, baby. Hey, thanks for watching GrayLaw TV. Click below, like, and subscribe. Keep sending me those comments. It makes me continue to give you good content. I really appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon.